As I mentioned, this BC census data shows a lot of areas of the ocean, right? So you can see if you drag the BC boundary on top, it's actually smaller than the BC census data, right? So if you tried to calculate the area of this census subdivision here, you're going to get an overly inflated number that's going to have areas of ocean in it. So if you think about what's going to happen when you've got an incorrect area when you're trying to calculate, say, population density, which is something we need to do in the next step, I think you can see what the issue is going to be. So we are going to do something called clipping. So I'm just going to show you how to use the clip tool. If you go to analysis and then you click tools, you should see a geoprocessing pane come up here. This might already be located down here by default. If you're under catalog, you can just click it. Either way, go to tools, and then you'll have this geoprocessing pane. You want to make sure you're on it. And then you can just use this to find any sorts of tools you want. So if you just type clip in here, it'll come up with a bunch of different options, and you just want to go with clip analysis tool. And so what I like to say is that the clip tool is like a cookie cutter. So if this BC census data is your cookie dough, you want to use that as your input. And if this BC boundary is your cookie cutter, right, that's going to be your clip feature. We're going to change the name for the output a little bit. We want to call it BC Subdivisions 2021 Clip, right? So that's going to tell us exactly what this is. It's the census subdivisions for BC with data from 2021, and it has been clipped down to the BC boundary. And note that it's just going to be in this .gdb, not in the feature data set. So we click run, let it do its thing. And now you'll see the resulting output. You can turn the other two off to see what you get. If you go back to catalog, you'll note that it pops up outside of the feature data set, right? Just in this .gdb. So this sort of default performance for ARC is to put the outputs of any process you run just in a geodatabase and not store it in the feature data set. And so that's fine. What I like to use feature data sets for is mostly like storing input files, so we can make sure that all of our input data is in the same coordinate system with this, then just putting all of our outputs in the geo database. So we don't need these two anymore. We can go ahead and remove them from the table of contents. We'll leave them here in case we made a mistake and want to go back. We can just work with this BC subdivisions from here on out. And you can open the attribute table and look at it. You know, again, all these column names transfer, the shape areas have all been updated and all that. So you can go on to the next step.